Episode number 10. Here we are. We're here and we're family, right? I have the one and only Jared Hatch. This guy is an absolute fucking unit. This guy is, I think a lot of people look at my stuff and be like, oh man, Keegan does some crazy shit. This guy, I love watching everything you're doing and everything you're building. It's so much fun just kind of sitting passenger, on the sidelines. So thank you for coming. Appreciate you being here.
Excited to be here.
So Jared has done a plethora of things. Currently, the True Solace Med Spa, which is crushing it. You also do some med spa consulting all around the nation, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, awesome. But I'll let you tell us what you do. And so go ahead. What's your 1 to 2 minute little elevator pitch?
Elevator pitch, 1 to 2 minutes. Well, before I drop that, right back at you.
Oh,
when I met Keegan, hit it off on just loving business, loving creation, loving ideas and iterations of ideas and more ideas. And I'm like, oh, I could fall in love with you. So, but elevator pitch would be, I got super sick a decade ago on a transition from one side of business to where I'm at now, and took a 2 to 3 year sabbatical overcoming my sickness. It was Lyme disease, went through a bunch of trials, learned a lot about myself. Now I have a med spa where we help clients and patients find the beauty for themselves, within themselves, on the outside, on the inside. It's all connected. And we have tools and mindset shifts to help people change their lives.
That's
That
awesome.
was inspired from my health journey. And here we are, True Solace. We had a location in Arizona, we just sold it. And now we're currently scaling a med spa group through a consulting med spas around the country to crush it, win, take out the roadblocks, stop being the biggest bottleneck as the owner. And then we find our top 10% from our consulting clients to join our med spa group. And we want to make a 100 location med spa group around the country and have a $2 billion plus exit.
Damn.
And then everyone's going to pay their tithe in the group.
Yeah.
And you can't be in the group if you don't want to pay your tithe.
Sure.
You won't be allowed in.
Oh, I thought that was like a Mormon joke. Like,
It's a...
but there actually is like a fee.
It's
like
not a joke, but there's yes, there's no tithing. But the tithing
Sure.
we will pay is, we're going to do so much massive transformation for the world, change within the owners, that we want to give back to this realm where we exist. And before we go there, because we know we're going to get there, we're going to say what we're going to do before we get there. And I'm so excited about this.
Dude, that's awesome. And I'm thinking too, like, it's unfortunate that we intentionally keep these podcasts between 20 to 30 minutes because they're just good, quick listens. I feel like I'll need like 5 or 6 podcasts for you because you have so many stories, dude, and so much experience. But kind of just rolling into that, like, I would love to know, like, one of your Bedrock moments, like, right? So something that sticks out to you in your journey of, your life as an entrepreneur.
Give me more context.
Oh, content. Yeah. So it's like some type of memorable like turning point, or like that's also like if it's a funny story, like crazy client, whatever, just anything that just sticks out in the experience you've had.
So Bedrock moment for me, if I go to like the Bedrock moment, maybe there's not as much humor in it.
That's fine.
But it is transformational for me, and it's been transformational for everyone who's witnessed and been a part of my life, and then those who are a part of my life right back at me because of the new way I perceive life. And before I got sick, the way I would describe me is, I will do whatever it takes no matter what, which is great.
100%. Yeah.
And that also, there wasn't always choice. I took choice out of my operating system, and so I just would. And that way...
Wait, it's really quick. You took out choice and you just would. I really like that. I wanted to like emphasize that.
I believe there is a more aligned, authentic way to show up so that we can hold that forever, because the energetic circle within us feeds us, and we feed what we love. But if we're not feeding ourselves, then we can no longer feed what we love. And so I'll still do whatever it takes, but I check in and make sure that it's truly what I want for my authentic aligned self and not just what the world wants me to do.
Dude, I love that.
Yeah.
The word authentic, I feel like, has been like a theme for me this year. And I think it's cool that you're bringing it up. Why? There's a lot of words you could pick. Why that one?
That's one of my, not highest, it's in my 3 top core values.
Okay.
So like I'm a father and I love my children and I'm that above all else. And I love creating business opportunities for myself to get more curious and learn more and spread that curiosity of growth and make cool shit. And then the third one is I live an aligned, authentic life. And I use the word ascended in a path that would be an ascended path, not just the norm, but my ascended path, whatever that is.
Yeah.
And we only know what that is.
Yeah. As the individual.
The individual.
Yeah, 100%.
And so authenticity is pretty important inside all those.
Yeah. Dude, I 100% agree. And I feel like as authenticity has become more important to me, I've noticed that I've been meeting more people where that's important for them too. And it's crazy how quickly, but also how deeply you connect with someone when you're just both being who you are. And here's the thing, sometimes 2 people are being authentic and maybe you don't vibe and both of you are like, that's cool. Like there's no hard feelings. Like, I don't know.
I think there's like a witnessing.
Yeah.
But it's just like, like you're so authentic. It's fun to watch. I just don't know if we're going to, hang out every day.
Which is fine.
Yeah. In fact, this is a part of business that was a huge part. And the new phase I'm in is wealth dynamics, which I've talked with you about.
Uh-huh. Yep.
And I'm a creator. And so my 2 best first hires would be a supporter and an accumulator. And on what you're talking about, what I find with those that I love, my favorite people to hang out with are much more like me. But my team to build with should not be
like you.
They should hold the values.
Sure, yeah.
But they shouldn't be wired to their genius like me because we just got a bunch of the same people.
100%. I have a comment on that, but I did want to just say really quickly, wealth dynamics, for those who maybe don't know what it is, what's like a high level explanation?
It's a test you can take and it'll identify your core genius. And then it'll show what other geniuses you have. I have a pretty big deal maker wing. And then
that checks.
the wings outside of you are typically something you're pretty good at, but they're your wings, they're not your core. So I have a star wing and a mechanic wing. A star sounds like they'd be the star. What they're really good at is shining light on projects and others.
Oh, interesting.
And so they're just good at bringing in the light and shining it on it. So maybe not so much look at me, but like look at what we're building.
Yeah, wow, that's cool.
And then the mechanic is the mechanic of things, taking it apart, figuring out how to put it back together. So like I don't love mechanicking, but I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah. Well, man, that's cool because the way that I've been trying to build a conglomerate with Conan, I have not taken the wealth dynamics test. I'm familiar with it, like I've kind of read about it on Reddit, online, whatever. But is kind of following that of recognizing, okay, this is like my number one skill set. So, and I'm good at some of these other things, but can I hire people who are better than me at these other things? And then instead of it's like, I'm the leader, follow what I'm doing. It's like, yes, there's direction, but it's also, hey dude, we're a team and like, you're really good at this piece and you're probably better than me at this. And I'm okay to admit that. Right.
Yeah. And because in the context can come in, this is the vision I'm building and this is where we're going to go. Now, to get there, I need your mind and others' minds to understand my vision and bring your genius into this. Because there's parts I can't see, but I do know where I'm going. My genius is the vision. And my genius is the balls to do this and the figuring out on how to get there.
Totally.
What I don't have is like what you have or what these aspects where you're going to go and deep in this organization, like I want to be organized. I don't want to do level 3 of organizing, but I want it.
Yeah, I need it.
And I will have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. So walk me through like your entrepreneurial journey. Like, where did you start? Because we know today that you're doing this massive consulting thing with the med spas, but how did it all begin?
That's a good question. So it started from the beginning. I've always known I wanted to do my own thing. I grew up in a family of entrepreneurs, and I started green grass mowers. We didn't make much money at like age 11. Worked at the hay barn. And it was a W-2, it was cash.
Okay.
But I still made it my thing. I put tips up here on my hat, and I get like $80 a day. And then we had some other fun ways we're not going to discuss in the podcast on how we made extra money. and then it just turned into like hustling things on Craigslist, and it was always like hustling was fun. And it was a means to an ends to get to the thing that whatever it was I wanted to do. I didn't know what it was yet, but I knew I needed movement behind me to get there when I found it.
Yeah.
And then door to door created a great avenue for that.
Okay.
It's like, I just need resources to build the thing. I don't know what it is yet. So let's go make, $100K plus a summer and finish school.
Okay.
And
you went to school as well?
I got a 2-year degree.
Nice.
And like my economics teacher was telling me how to make money, and I was like, dude, I make more money than you, and I'm going snowboarding tomorrow. So I didn't finish after the 2 years. I just all in on business after that. And then the door-to-door thing just kept going, building a team, had like second biggest team in the company when I ended up leaving. And I believe the push, the hustle, the drive, the mindset I was in, and the environment I had allowed and co-created was killing me. And my higher self, the reason I'm here, which is not to make money and build businesses, those are a byproduct of living an authentic life that I love. But that's the thing that matters. And when that gets out of the way and you're not focused on that, I think the universe has our back so much it'll blow up everything for you to pull you back on the path you should be on.
Dude, I got chills as you said that. The universe loves us so much that when you're not living, I'm paraphrasing, but good thing we have this recorded. When you're not living your authentic self, it'll be like, hold the fuck up. This is not the right way. Because I know I do it when shit's hitting the fan and everything seems like it's crumbling around you. It's very disheartening. It's like, oh my gosh, like I can't do anything right, or like I suck at this, I suck at that. But to think about it from the perspective of, well, hold on,
Why?
Chills again.
Why is it happening? Why is it happening again? So it's no longer, why is this happening to me? But it's like, why is this happening? Why is this happening? Where do I play in this? So like right now, I have stuff going on. It never ends.
Yeah, it's always going to be around.
It's never going away. It's the next thing on top of it, the next thing on top of it. So at work, when it's not just great and gravy and it's just flowing and money's just flowing and you can like go on vacation, that's great season. I don't think I've always been as accountable to that season as I should. And so the universe then is like, all right, I got you, bro. I love you.
Yeah.
This is true love. And this is where love is so discombobulated in society is love is what we truly need, not what we think we want from someone who loves us.
Yeah.
And so then when we show up that way, others think we're mean, but they just don't understand love.
Yeah.
They don't understand love on the level of just not making you feel good about yourself.
Dude, yeah, 100%. Well, and I think that's a great thing to bring up because this just happened to me recently. I had a very close friend. He just pulled me aside and just told me something that I had done that maybe wasn't the best move for me to do. Like, I don't need to go into details, but it was really cool because when he was talking to me about it, I knew he wasn't trying to be rude. I knew he wasn't trying to tear me down, but it was coming from a place of love and care. And he was just like, and he's like, I'm only saying this because I care about you. But without him even saying that, without him saying that, I already knew. It's like, oh, the fact that you're willing to come here and have this conversation and not just come attack, but be like, hey, this was on my mind, wanted to share it with you. It's like, I don't think a lot of people do that. A lot of times we kind of just brush it off. We're like, oh, that's just, whatever. So.
And then with our teams, this is where I think because you hire your team and you build it, and you're at the helm of who gets hired, or whoever you put in that spot, you're in charge of them.
Yeah, right.
So ultimately, whoever's on your team is your responsibility that it aligns with you. And the team since we're paying and since we're going to work and there's all these interesting, misspoken, unspoken expectations that are not true for you, untrue for you, you don't have them. When they're not defined, that's where I find the team crumbles. And like, for me, if there's one member who is not okay, and then their not okayness needs to be made up for with stories and to prove why they're not okay, it can disintegrate the entire team. And I think my biggest learning has been to handle things with the correct energy and the correct amount and the same speed and action, and just take care of it right away, as opposed to the other story where we want to make sure people feel good.
Sure.
Which you can do it together.
100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the other story, if you only feed that one, they end up not feeling good because you take too long to talk about it.
Yeah.
And so I find work gives me the biggest mirror for a lot of like life lessons, because when you work with 15, 20 people, that's 20 interactions of reference points all day of how aligned am I today, and how have I been living this week, and how is it reflecting in my business with my team.
Dude, so, and then I guess the question that popped in my head is going back to like, if there's one person that's off or whatever, right? If they're not okay, what practices do you do to help mitigate that, or like to stay ahead of it?
As you said that, I want to answer that, and I want to add to it.
Yeah.
One person, so not only someone on the team, you, me.
Yeah.
And so to mitigate.
Jesus Christ, Jared, you're just dropping nuggets on this podcast, dude. Goddamn. Yeah, this is great. Sorry.
But for sure, check-ins. But I think before everything, and I learned this, I deepened my learning around this. I've learned a lot from Alex Ramosi. I say his name a lot. Some people don't like him, but he resonates for just to the point and to what works for me. So with Alex, we had core values, but I didn't go through this process of identifying the business's core values this way. And when I did, I noticed that I could attend to that question at the top and then trickle it down in the correct format, which was the core values must be your core values. They cannot be the core values you would like this business to have, because that's not me. My core values should be the business's core values. They should they should be mine too. Otherwise, I'm not going to resonate and uphold these values. So the way to identify it is, I found what are the biggest things that employees have done in the past that trigger me the most and make me unhappy with their performance. And so when people were not transparent and there was backroom conversations, I felt like that was something that was like, I'll fire you.
Yeah.
And so this is a core value. You don't do this. We don't do that. Momentum, you don't kill our momentum. You don't. And that means if you're stressed, we get unstressed, we get deparalyzed, and we ask questions because we don't kill momentum. We don't kill momentum with stress. So if we have stress, we de-stress, then we maintain momentum.
Right.
This is a huge aspect of a business. If you don't have momentum, you go out of business.
100%. Yeah.
And we are authentic. And we're authentic with each other, and we don't kick things under the rug. If something needs to be said, say it now or say it in the next couple hours for timing.
Don't let it
But it
fester.
can't, we don't go to tomorrow.
Yeah.
It goes now.
Which is so interesting, because I've learned for myself that the importance of that, like that open line of communication, whether it's employee, manager, employee, whatever. Because I remember when I worked in software years ago, there was a VP, I had a great chat with him, and I don't remember how it came up, but he just said, he was talking about how when in management, you never complain down, you always complain up, which I still agree with, but I took that as never say anything bad about anybody at the same level or below, and only tell your director. And like, it was just like, you don't even go near that conversation. Whereas now it's turned into, no, it's okay to take the person one-on-one, have a conversation and say, these are some things that I've noticed. This is how it makes me feel. Is there something we can do to change this? Like, there are things that I can change, right? And like, to have those open conversations. And it's wild how much better things go because people feel heard. They feel understood, and they're like, oh, maybe actually I do like working here.
Yeah. There's a whole experience too of the other way. Just the way like the day feels, the week feels when we leave it under the rug.
Totally.
And then
well, it just
goes
sits here,
under.
just a cancer, dude. It festers.
And then it turns into something it's not even is. It just was whatever we create in our head. So that we do something with how we come to talk about it. We have like a process. And then 1-3-1s are...
Dude.
Yeah.
Sorry, finish that thought, but I have a thing on that.
So like a 1-3-1, every single day, if you're in your role, you should be doing the process that gets things done, and things should roll in if we're doing our role well at its highest magnitude, that we kind of have to like make a decision for what would be best. And we need autonomy. We need to be sovereign in our role and not needing to go ask mom and dad every time what to do.
Like take ownership.
So what we do is, what is the thing? I don't know how to do this. What are the 3 best ideas? What's my favorite? And most of the time, before they get to the end, they already know what to do.
Yeah.
And then they can send that and be like, hey, I did this. If you want me to change, let me know. Yeah. And it momentum.
Well, dude, and I've told you this once before, but I got to give you just another shout out. So I guess a little backstory, Jared and I we'll meet up, we'll chat. And it's just funny. The last 5 times we've seen each other, it's like, we're talking about stuff that's going on in the business. And it's like, dude, I'm dealing with the same things. Like we're in the same scenarios. And one of the things that it's maybe almost a year ago, I was really trying to get better at delegating things. And I was explaining to Jared, this has been tough because it's hard for me to do this. And he brought up the 1-3-1, which is like, there's a problem initially. And then like he said, you have whoever you're working with, they provide you 3 solutions. And then they give you their recommendation of the 3 solutions that they think is best. Holy shit, that changed everything. So thank you again for sharing that, because it made things go so much smoother afterwards. Because at the time I felt like, I know this isn't my podcast, this is for you, but this was big for me, right? But I felt like I was doing everything I could to help empower people around me, but then they kept coming with questions. Once I started doing that, they felt more empowered. So, my liege.
We all share together. You've shared lots of cool things with me, and I didn't make that up. I can't even remember where I got it from. Maybe Dan Martell, I don't remember, but maybe not.
But it was great, so thank you for sharing.
Yeah. Well, that's something with being authentic and being aligned is, for me, there was a while with Wealth Dynamics. I know we probably got to wrap up soon.
Yeah, good.
But with Wealth Dynamics, when I was told I was a creator, I felt like I was given permission to live in that ecosystem and not feel like I was also supposed to produce. And so I would be beckoning, if I produced enough, then I could create. I just lost where I was going with that.
Wealth Dynamics, when you were told that you were a creator, you were given permission to go live that?
It was something before that.
We're talking about sharing, we all share stuff together. I was like, oh, thanks for the 1-3-1 stuff. Dan Martell.
Yeah, I know. I'm searching. It was something around. It's a sea up there, guys, sometimes.
Just the vast ocean of knowledge you have. It's hard to navigate these rough waters from time to time. I'm sure it'll come back.
Maybe just ask me a question.
Okay.
Like a new question.
No, you're good. Well, actually, that kind of works out perfect because we actually are close to time. So I would love to go over some rapid fire questions. So you've done a lot of different things in entrepreneurship. What's one thing you believed about business that turned out to be totally wrong?
It requires hustle to have success. I don't believe that to be true. I believe it requires to know how to hustle. but you cannot just hustle to have success.
Okay, cool. I like that.
Yeah, I think if you hustle your way out of success.
Wait, because you just burn yourself out, right? Like it's kind of like
team.
Or your team. Oh, yeah, that's good too. Or your team. I was gonna ask the one entrepreneur, alive or dead, to grab dinner with, but I'm assuming Alex Hormozy.
No.
Oh, let's go with that one then.
Alan Watts. I don't think he's an entrepreneur, but I think he learned taught a lot about success and surrender are the same thing. And so for us to find success, we must surrender to the experience and stop fighting ourselves. But I saw that question, and actually it'd be my grandpa. Yeah,
no way.
Noel Hatch, he died when I was 7. He was just like, I believe it's in my DNA, lucky me. But he was just he took care of everyone. He was just a mountain of a man. Like, he just moved into Orange County, became a firefighter, started 3 businesses, bought all this real estate, bought all these avocado groves, and just never stopped. And then he died. But yeah, I'd just love to know what he thinks of how I'm doing, and not like to make me feel better, just to like be with Grandpa.
Dude, again, chills. I'm loving this. That's so cool. And I didn't know that about your grandpa. Like, I feel like that's a whole, they got to make a documentary on that. Some dude who goes to Orange County as a firefighter, starts some businesses, buys, you said avocado groves? Like
avocado groves,
and then real
waste
estate
management pits for toxic waste. They used to get calls from the mob because they were trying to take over their land. And I was just like, what?
Wait, from the mob? Those who know me love that I love the mafia, and I think that in a previous life I was in the mob. So maybe that was me just fucking running against your grandpa, dude. I'm just kidding. No, that's awesome though. Yeah. And he passed when you're 7.
Yeah.
You said. Well, I think it's cool because you're like, I think his DNA is in me. The funny part is it literally is.
Yeah.
Right? Like the science behind that. That's awesome. That's super cool. If you could outsource one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Laundry and the dishes.
That's funny. The podcast we did yesterday, when I asked her, she said, she said laundry, right? I love doing laundry. I don't mind it at all.
That's why I was like, I don't really know. I've done it for so long, like since I was like 12, but I don't like the hanging up and keeping things unwrinkled, but I want them unwrinkled. So I just don't like that part.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then dishes, dude, I can 100% relate. Like, I don't mind doing the dishes, but it's putting the dishes away. I hate that. It's the timepiece.
Yeah.
Of like going back and forth. And
you know what? It's funny. We're going to stop. What it really is I don't like thinking about things that I don't like doing.
Okay.
And that's truly what I think. I don't like thinking about doing the dishes. And so I don't like the dishes.
Makes sense. That's awesome.
I don't know. There's something to that, but we won't go into it. And so we used to say the only thing worse than knocking doors was thinking about knocking doors.
It's so true though, dude. Oh man, I sometimes I'll like reflect on my door days and I'm just like, I'm so glad I'm not doing it anymore.
Friends,
grateful for it.
Yeah.
Good life lessons, good experience. No thanks.
Yeah, no thanks.
Well, hell yeah. Okay, so if you could have the people watching just remember one thing that you said from today, if you could pick one thing that you brought up, what do you think is the most important thing you've said?
This is something I talk about a lot on like my content and other podcasts, and it's something that is so deeply, like, I hold it so deep to me. And I also, it's interesting, I get a lot of like comments or polarity on this. And so that also helps me realize it probably is true too, because it's pushing on things for others who need to be pushed.
Makes sense.
And I think, going back to what we said earlier, when the universe, I think accepting and surrendering and falling in love with the universe truly having your back, which means when things are their worst, you are the most loved. And it's hard to find it. But like the greatest part is there's a lot of middle ground seasons that feel really bad and they're not the worst. And we miss those. Yeah. Like we talk about coming into work and it just, how is it like this? Gosh, well, where did I not set up a system or something for the team? And why is it? And what can we do to resolve it? Because it's like you can just live in it, or you can like work your way through it, or you can just like sit in it and deal with it next time it comes back. And that's what I've come to realize. Those are kind of the options.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It feels better to not keep doing the same thing. And when I notice I'm doing the same thing, then I'm like, thank you, universe. Let's do something different. So if you're in the shit, say thank you. And I'll add to that. Remember, when you come on the other side of this season, someone really close to me told me, remember today, remember who you are right now in your humbled, on your knees, submissive state, how you will do whatever it takes to get out of this. And because on the other side, we don't remember all that like angst and force and like finding and curious and just all of it. We forget about it. And then we go back into this other old version. So we get pulled back and pulled back. So when you're here, suck it up and like extract all the goodness so that you could do something different on the next time you get a revisit, where it's like a new learning and not the same learning again.
Yeah. God damn. Thank you. No, I'm serious, dude.
I say a lot of words sometimes to say little things.
Yeah, well, actually, you don't. And the words that you pick are very powerful. So thank you. That was awesome. I almost started crying. So, where can people find you? Like socials, whatever.
Social media, Real Jared Hatch, Spa Accelerator, True Solace, TRUSOLACE, no E in the true. One of those. Real Jared Hatch probably connect you to everything. And if you know someone, or you currently run a med spa, or you're looking to beef up your chiro practice, your whatever it is, and you want a triple, quadruple revenue and 10x transformation for your clients and patients, we work with business owners and clinics to do that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Love it, dude. Thank you so much for coming on this podcast.
Thank you for having me.
I am not lying. That universe thing, I think, will change the course of the way I view my life here moving forward. So thank you for just dropping these nuggets, dude.
Thanks, Keegan.
And thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.